Barcelona race out to a 3-0 win over Mallorca, who go down to 9 men by minute 39. Jules, 18-year-old Lamine Yamal looks as sharp as 17-year-old Lamine Yamal.
Yeah, he did very good. I mean, he gave an assist to Rafinha very early on, then he scored a lovely goal right at the end to finish it off. Loads of dribbling, loads of shooting. Maybe not always the right decision-making, but still outstanding. Lamine, in a game that was done, obviously, after 39 minutes and the 2 red cards.
They got lucky with the second goal, though.
I mean, the Ferran Torres goal should have never been allowed to stand.
Let's describe it for those who might not have seen the highlights, but basically there's a shot. It hits, I think it's Antonio Rayo, the Mallorca captain. It hits him in the head. The guy collapses to the pitch.
Literally, it looked like he was passing out.
Yeah.
Everybody stops.
The referee, it looks like the referee's bringing the whistle to his lips. So the defenders stop, and then he's like, oh, no, he's fine. There's a protocol for head injury. And that was, and I'm surprised VAR didn't step in. It's okay. The referee froze, made a mistake. It's all right,
Yeah, and I think that frustration led also to, not directly to the 2 red cards, but I think explain as well why they were so pumped after that and angry.
Yeah, Muriqi trying to take somebody's head off is not a good look.
Gab, you might have enjoyed Barca's win like me, but Hansi Flick did not.
Yeah, I thought this was really surprising. I always take a step back because I figure, Flick is with the players every day. He knows what motivates them or whatever. But he came out and he's like, I don't like the way we played. We dropped our intensity. We were at 50% intensity. Bro, you're 2-0 up. 11 versus 9 in the second half. What are you talking about? You should be happy that the intensity drops so nobody gets injured, right? So that nothing stupid happens. You're not going to learn anything from scoring more goals. Look, my thoughts on running up the score.
I agree with you completely.
I think it's dumb. Different cultures say, oh no, we respect our opponents by scoring 50 when they're 9 to 9 men. Great. I don't think this is what he was talking. He was talking about intensity, whatever. You're not going to improve because you're never going to play against, against 9 men again. What do you want? It was just a curious way to come out.
You're right.
But absolutely. Hey, we have to have our faith in Flick because
he can be demanding,
he's the coach and he's the reigning champion. Let's go to the German Cup, the Superpokal. Franz Beckenbauer. Bayern get the better Stuttgart 2-1.
Yeah.
And the old guy between the stakes makes some outrageous saves. No more making fun in the fact that they continue to have faith in Manuel Neuer.
No, because he was key in this. I mean, Harry Kane scored first in a goal that the ball dropped luckily for him. After that, the Bayern were good, were okay. But Stuttgart, I thought, were outstanding. Woltemade up front, maybe with something to prove. Being a nuisance, Neuer having to make big saves, 2 at least, before Luis Diaz with a lovely team goal and individual finish with his head to make it 2-0 and then a late goal from Stuttgart. But maybe, I think Stuttgart could be very good this season. Yeah. If they keep
Woltemade. Yeah. And shout out, by the way, to Leon Goretzka. He's back, baby.
Yeah. And Olise at the 10, to replace Musiala. And sticking with Bayern, Gabi, they're still working on a Christopher and Nkunku deal. What's the problem?
So the problem is apparently from Chelsea's perspective, they want a permanent deal. They don't want any of this loan option to buy stuff. I don't really get that. I mean, I can understand why they want to get some money back in. His amortization is still high. If you're Bayern, you don't need to do that. You say, if we want this deal, we'll pay you a loan fee like Milan did with João Felix, and then we'll take him. I think Nkunku would make a lot of sense for Bayern if his head is screwed on right. Yeah. And that's a big question mark because for the last 2 years, it really hasn't been. They're still pursuing Woltemade. I think you have to get somebody in because the reality is, if you're talking forward players, it's 3 out, right? Coman, Sané, and somebody else I'm forgetting.
And then the Musiala injury.
The Musiala injury. Yeah. You got to get... and Thomas Muller, plus the Musiala injury, right? So, those are 4 bodies out and just the 1 body in. And so, I know they've got hopes for Bischoff and stuff, but he's a kid and not necessarily his position yet. So, they got to work on this. And I think they're going to make another attempt at Woltemade, but I don't think that's going to lead anywhere.
No, I agree.
Luis Enrique wheels out the B team against Nantes, but he needs the big guns back on the pitch and a deflected little Vitinha shot to get the 3 points. Jules, what did you learn?
No, nothing. It's a preseason game. It was lovely. It's good to watch and see some of the kids. It's good to see some people getting...
Preseason game. That's
what Luis Enrique said. It's not me. Does not come from me. I just repeat what
Luis
Enrique said.
He needs to check his head a little bit.
No, he said this is a preseason game, and he's right. They've been training for 10 days. So the Super Cup was like a preseason game. This is a preseason game. They played some people 45 minutes, others 60 minutes, others 30 minutes. It'll be the same next weekend. He made, I think... 8 changes or 9 changes to the team that played on Wednesday night. He was going to make another 9 changes to the team that plays next weekend. And that's it for probably another couple of weeks. And then they will be ready. But you saw they were not ready. They were a bit sloppy and everything.
And you wonder maybe if, I don't know, I'm just wondering from the people who pay for the TV rights, if I want to go and watch Lucas Hernandez and stuff like that.
It's only the first couple of games. It's not like, it's not.
Well, let's see how long his preseason lasts.
Yeah, no, he said like 2 or 3 games maximum, which is normal. He's not going to play like the full team. Nah, they're not ready for it. Milan rolled to a 2-0 win over Bari in the Coppa Italia as Rafael Leao and Christian Pulisic both score. Good start to the Allegri era.
Yeah, good start. Rafael Leao coming off injured after, muscular problem, but it looks as if that was just a precautionary matter. I think there are so many question marks about Milan this year, from whether they're going to play 3 at the back to are they going to bring another striker, whatever. But I think the single biggest thing that you want when you bring in a new manager is that he meshes with your big guns, with your important players. And it's obvious, Leao and Pulisic, both of them already seem to have that feeling, that rapport with Allegri. That's really, really important. Leao's had a monster preseason. Leao and Pulisic up front. If you believe in this and if Leao can stay fit, do you need to go and get another high-profile forward of Vlahovic or Højlund? Are you better off maybe get somebody lesser? And you got those two in Santi Jimenez? I don't know. Just something to think about. Jules, I was so excited to see what our boy Roberto De Zerbi could do in Marseille after the big summer window that got him Paixão, Jonathan Rowe, Angel Gomes, and of course the mighty Tim Weah. Indeed, instead, despite playing more than an hour with the man advantage, things don't go according to plan against Stade Rennais.
Yeah, no, I mean, Jonathan Rowe was there already. But yeah, for the other 3, and Paixão is injured, so we won't see him just now, probably not before mid-September after the international break. And Tim Weah came on at halftime, but Angel Gomes started, and Marseille lost 1-0, despite, as you said, playing for an hour with 11 men against 10. Late goal from Blas.
No?
I think the best thing was what happened in the dressing room after, because already there was a lot of tension. There was almost a fight between Rowe and Rabiot, and De Zerbi had one of those lines that he loved, saying that you here have small balls to play for Marseille. You need big balls. I need to see big balls on the pitch. So this is where I will leave it to you.
Yeah, and the fact that all of this leaks out straight away,
of course,
speaks to some of the issues, some of the challenges that Marseille will have
that's the
if
same.
They're going to knock Paris Saint-Germain off the perch.
That will never change anyway. Atletico Madrid threw away the lead against Espanyol away and ended up losing 2-1. Gab, this was weird from Diego Simeone.
Yeah, so I have to say, in the first half, they were really, really good. Tremendous Julien Alvarez free kick. They created chances. Alvarez is really the only striker, which I thought was interesting when, on the bench you had Griezmann and Jack Raspadori and, of course, the only living Sorloth in captivity. He makes a change at halftime where he takes off Gallagher and Cardoso, and I thought Cardoso played well. I think they both did okay.
Well, yeah.
He replaces them with Coque and Barrios for a while at last, and then they just lose control of the game. And you can blame my boy Captain Jack for losing his man on the second post, and you also wonder why you want a little guy like that, covering a big fella. He's got to figure this out. You can't drop points like this early in the season. And yeah, I think this is on El Cholo. Olivier Giroud, the very handsome Olivier Giroud, having conquered Hollywood, comes back. And he makes his return to Ligue 1, and he scores.
Incredible. 13 years after leaving the league to go to Arsenal, obviously, and then Chelsea, and then Milan. And then, as you say, LAFC, where that's probably the only place where things didn't work out for him, and he was disappointed and wanted to leave. Comes home to Lille, scores on his debut on the opening day of Ligue 1 away at Brest. He ended up 3-3 in quite a crazy game, because, we talked about the Barcelona second goal that should not have been allowed and that everybody stopped playing. In this game, the Lille third goal happened when the linesman put his flag up for offside. So everybody in the Brest defense stopped playing, but the ref didn't blow his whistle for the offside that his linesman was indicating. And then Lille scored, and then Brest felt aggrieved and said, this shouldn't have happened.
Come on,
play
guys.
until the whistle. We've told you so many times.
I know you're named after a body part, but you've had VAR in France for what, 5 years now? Come on.
But Giroud, amazing. He turns 39 next month in September. He's still fit. He's still good. You need to play on his strength, and that was the problem.
And he's still handsome, more
Yeah,
importantly.
and it's the problem in MLS with LAFC is that they were not playing on his strength. They wanted to play transition football. It's not good for him. He can't. He's never been really that quick anyway, so he can run even less now. But if you play on his strength, he's going to give you goals. And I'm so glad that he's back in Ligue 1. That's a World Cup winner that is back. Paul Pogba is back, and Florian Thauvin is back. So 3 2018 World Cup winners back in the league.
And N'Golo Kante is on his way. You heard it
I
here
hope
first.
so. I hope so, NG.
What league are Grenoble in?
In the second division.
Okay, so maybe after a couple of years, you can go and...
Maybe.
I just want to keep going.
But, for somebody who was still playing in the French second division when he was almost 24.
Because he went to university.
We studied because nobody believed in him to make it as a pro. But I think he's catching up with the time lost, and I think that's really good.
Fluminense goalkeeper Fabio has equaled a record most thought would stand forever, Jules, or at least until Cristiano Ronaldo turns 50.
Yeah.
Peter Shilton's mark for most appearances in competitive games, 1,390.
Yeah, incredible. He's 44. Fabio, you saw him maybe at the Club World Cup if you watched that. Obviously, he was there with Fluminense, still being very good, he's not there just to break the record. That, by the way, could happen tomorrow as we record the show because they have a cup game in Brazil on Tuesday. So that's when he will go 1-3-9-1 and forever be the number one. He spent 16 years at Cruzeiro before going to Fluminense. He played in a couple of other Brazilian clubs. Wonderful achievement, really, when you've played that many games, that consistency, the fact that you never got injured. And I know it's probably easier not to get injured for a goalkeeper than an outfield player, but still,
go tell
it's
Manuel
wonderful.
Neuer that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but don't go skiing. I think Fabio doesn't ski. Probably that's the key here. But yeah, amazing. So well done to him. And like I said, by Tuesday, he'll be the only one right up there.
I did check Gigi Donnarumma. He's on track to break it. He has more. He's about 50 more appearances at the same age.
Wow, amazing.
But maybe that's why he's going to take the season off at Paris Saint-Germain.
Exactly. It's too easy for him. Gab, remember the official song of the 2010 World Cup in South Africa, the Waka Waka, This Time for Africa? Well, the band who recorded it with Shakira, the singer who sang it, says that more than $10 million that was supposed to go to charity is now accounted for.
How could I forget?
So what, the money disappears?
Waka waka. No, so what happened was they're wondering what happened because so essentially Shakira agreed to do it with this band called Freshly Ground, and they were supposed to whatever money royalties we get from this, it's going to go to a number of different African charities. However, the charity that was giving out the money and presumably was getting the royalties, that shut down in 2014, according to the founder of Freshly Ground, Simon Atwell. So, but since then, every time you play the song on YouTube, every time it comes out, and that song still gets played all the time,
all
right?
the time,
more so than other World Cup anthems.
So where is that money going?
I don't know. The FIFA saying we're looking into it. Sony, I think, who put it out, saying, we need to figure out where that money went. Somebody's collecting the royalties on this song. So it seems weird to me that it took them 11 years to figure out, where's all this money going?
That's very true.
Jules, this brings us to an end, but we got to come back on Thursday. It's Xabi Alonso's debut for the mighty Real Madrid. Yeah. Among other things, transfer window, again, heating up. Until then, love the game, love your neighbor, love yourself.